Hello and welcome to the next segment. We're going to go over Garrett White's team here.
G baby.
G baby. G, you're my boy G. Guys, tell me what it tastes like. Responsibility wants to get my Natty Light, Loretta Lynn, Emily Life.
Oh yeah,
that
Emily
blender.
Life.
That blender.
Black & Decker and Margaritaville Tequila.
It tastes like a 9-7 season from the Tennessee Titans.
It tastes like a tequila shot.
And an undefeated season from Marshall Thunder and Hurricane.
It tastes like my birthday.
It tastes like a tequila shot.
It tastes like our birthday.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritty, boys.
All right. Before we
Start
get
with
too
this
drunk.
roster. We're going to start with their
Oh, we
quarterback.
got a long way to get.
We're going to hit both quarterbacks at once because I don't know how I feel about either one. Aaron Rodgers and Robert Griffin III. Let's go.
Both injury prone.
Very, yeah.
But
I would
Aaron,
say, Garrett, I
can-
kind of tried to talk you into Aaron Rodgers because I didn't want you to take Drew Brees so I could have him.
Aaron Rodgers, the thing is, they're moving to a more run-oriented offense.
He's still Aaron Rodgers, though.
He's still Aaron Rodgers, but I feel like I mean, you can call it a gut feeling, is what I'm going to call it. I don't like Aaron Rodgers this season. Not a huge year. Good year.
I understand.
A
I
top
got
eight
a
quarterback.
gut
Right.
feeling about Peyton Manning. No one else believes me.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but
Very relevant.
but between him and Robert Griffin III, I said this in my preview, in my power rankings, Garrett's going to be in the market for a quarterback at some point.
Jay Cutler is
Stop
on the
trying to push
trading
Jay
block,
Cutler,
guys.
Jay
Quit it. The Smoking Jay is off the table.
You gotta say,
He's
Matt
on the table.
Ryan
man.
is sitting there in free agency. You can pick up Matt Ryan tomorrow and be fine.
Is he Jay Cutler?
He's probably better.
Smoking Jay.
Better than
over
Jay
Matt.
Cutler.
This is
No,
we're
we're not doing this. We're not doing
We're not doing
this.
this. Okay, Jamal Charles.
I know why you
I'm
picked
down.
him.
Down on Jamal Charles. I know why you picked him. I'm
You
down on
led
this
him to the
season.
championship
Yeah.
last year.
I'm
But
down on this shit.
all those offensive linemen are gone, Garrett.
He
His
lost
offensive
3 of his
line
starting
is
5
not
offensive
good.
Terrible offensive line. And frankly, they had a miracle season. Like they started out 11-0, and their defense was awesome, and they just ran the ball, played defense. I don't think they could do that this year.
Yeah.
I don't hate the pick. He's a
I mean,
first
he's
round.
a top
he's a first
three.
round
Oh,
pick.
absolutely. Top 3 running back still, I would imagine.
Oh, he's top 3 running back for sure.
I feel in the draft, but I feel like he could drop. He is the
Yeah.
most at risk of
That's
the
one
top
thing.
3
I
to
agree.
drop.
Yeah, I feel like he is the biggest regression candidate of them all.
I agree. Because
Le'Veon
Kansas
Bell.
City is.
First off,
Smoking that loud.
it's ironic that Le'Veon Bell gets caught smoking weed and your nickname's G. That's hilarious to me. And you guys apparently.
He got caught with like 20 G's.
Yeah.
I think it's
a lot.
21 to be
21 to be exact.
But I'm not high on Pittsburgh's run game this year, and he'll be suspended.
Todd Haley's still there.
I don't like Todd Haley.
I don't like him at all.
But, if he's your backup running back, I don't hate it. Right now, he's your starter, which is an issue.
I still think he'll get the yards. Like, he'll be okay.
But I think on your roster, he's your 4th or 5th running back. Because you got some good running backs here. If there's a team solid with running back talent, it's Garrett's team, I feel like. Alshon Jeffrey, a wide receiver.
Like it?
I do.
I do. He's definitely behind Brandon Marshall in the
I
target.
think he's also
Period.
a candidate for regression season.
He has to
I think it's going to go one of 2 ways.
I think he still. I think he can
Really
still
wants
put
to.
up his numbers.
He's fighting also. Yeah, he's with Martellus Bennett as well. At that
Yeah,
end,
you got to think though. He had 2 games with over 200 yards receiving. If you take those away,
Yeah.
he's not a top 8 wide receiver like he is in here. Randall Cobb is the next one.
I feel like he could be Green Bay's number one
pass
target.
offense. He could be,
Yeah.
but I'm just down on their offense.
I like Randall
Pass
Cobb.
wise.
He's always
I'm gonna
good.
tell ya.
He's special teams. He's a monster.
That doesn't
We don't
matter.
have that rules
That's
here.
true, we don't. But regardless, he still will give you the yards.
Yeah.
He'll get
He was hurt last
He'll
season.
give you touches.
Yeah.
He got hit bad.
Yeah.
Like they went low on him and he got a bad hit. It's not an injury prone player. He just got a bad fluke injury.
He's the same as Jamal Charles and Alshon Jeffrey to me. High floor. I feel like a low ceiling.
As far as Alshon Jeffrey goes, from what I've read, he has some of the best hands in the NFL. Like he snags balls. He doesn't drop passes. Anything thrown to him, if he's open, he's probably going to catch it.
Garrett's going to have to do a lot of tinkering with his roster because he has one tight end and it's Dennis Pitta.
Yeah, Garrett did draft a tight end pretty late.
Yeah,
He
he
drafted-
doesn't have another one
yeah.
on his bench. That's his only tight end. So
Pitta
when his
is
bye week
fine.
rolls around, he's going to have to
Tight
cut
end.
and pick up somebody.
Yeah,
You did
that's
right
why
there
I
drafting all the receiver and running back talent you did. But I feel like it might come back to bite you at some point. And that's kind of why you're 6, I feel like. You're going to have to make some roster alterations. Your final roster
Are you
could
just
end up
talking
being
about the
very
tight end now?
I'm talking about his quarterback. I feel like he's going to have to get a new quarterback.
I think
If you
Aaron
do that-
he is a top 3 quarterback. I wouldn't say that. I'd say Aaron Rodgers is at least in the top 6 quarterbacks next year in fantasy. He's not going to have to shop his quarterback.
Yeah.
A top 6 quarterback in fantasy, though, in our league, means you have the 6th or 5th best quarterback in our fantasy league. You got to think of not deep our league is. Dude, Aaron Rodgers is fantasy. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is a bad quarterback. He's going to be outrageously good this season.
You know his
But
record.
fantasy-wise,
His
I don't
record as a Green Bay fan, I hate to say this, but his record in close games is not great.
It's on Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck's fantastic in close games. If nobody got my reference there,
No one got your reference there.
He's
I'm
a
not paying attention. I'm very sorry.
he is a Chris Roby.
Just agree with me.
He is the Chris Roby of sealing the deal.
Who is Andrew Luck?
Andrew Luck.
That's a pretty good one.
Thank you. And this, I would have killed to have this guy on my roster. This is my sleeper pick for the season. Have a huge year. Andre Ellington, running back Arizona. Great pick. He
has potential.
last 6 games.
I'm just gonna agree with you guys. I don't know much about him.
Last 6 games, they top 5 running back fantasy wise.
Good for him.
And if he carries that over into this season, I mean, just huge numbers.
I'm not claiming an expert. I don't know much about
I
him.
expect a huge regression from Carson Palmer because it's Carson Palmer. So I expect a lot of running in Arizona.
Wasn't he on the Raiders last year?
No, Arizona.
Wow.
What?
Where you been?
Did you miss the entire season last year?
Where do you-
I wasn't
I didn't
even,
have a
I wasn't-
fantasy
I
team
wasn't
last
even on
year.
this
I didn't have
I
a
wasn't
fantasy-
even on the continent.
I didn't have a fantasy team last year. I'm letting the pass.
Wasn't even on the continent.
Now,
do
his
that.
bench, it's a lot of potential. I don't know how much production it's actually going to produce.
Okay,
Larry
no, I can
Fitzgerald.
speak to some. Garrett picked up Roddy White and Larry Fitzgerald strictly because they were there in late rounds.
That's solid drafting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not worried about drafting. I'm worried about games.
But, for the players he could have gotten above them, we would probably be talking worse about
dude.
them for that than the players he would have drafted.
Dude, if your wide receiver position consists of Larry Fitzgerald, Roddy White, Alshon Jeffries, Randall Cobb, and
when you put them all
Riley
together,
Cooper,
when you put
that's
them
a
all,
solid group. That's the
Oh,
second
no,
best,
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like,
yeah.
behind Gio.
okay,
That's a great group of receivers.
okay.
But I expect Larry Fitzgerald, because of Carson Palmer, to not have the kind of years he's had in the past. Same with Roddy White. I feel like Roddy he was injured last season. He's a little older. I feel like Julio Jones will take that role over. Huge numbers from Julio Jones. Now, a player that I'm not going to say his name. He's who must not be named. He's now the Jets running back. And I feel like he's going to put him on. He said it said he's the number 8 running back from last season fantasy wise.
Was he really?
I feel you as a Titans fan. He was not the number 8 running back last season fantasy.
I can attest to him bitching about the Titans. He bitched about Chris Johnson. He gets one big run and he dances and gets tackled for a loss.
He
That is what he
sweats.
does.
Yep.
He
He'll run for
sweats.
40 yards, lose 6, lose 4, lose 2, lose 1, lose 2, lose 1, run for
Then
20
20
yards.
yards. Yeah.
Yeah, and end up with 80 yards, but not getting into it. I feel like for the Jets, though, I think he'll be good. He's their number 1 back.
Who's their other back?
If they can use
Who's their other back?
I do not
Chris
know.
Ivory.
Chris Ivory. So Chris Johnson, I think, is going to.
Yeah.
I feel like if they can use him the way the Titans didn't, which is actually catching passes in the
Yeah.
open space.
Yeah. Oh, if you put him up, he's the fastest running back in the league,
It's
isn't he?
crazy. If they can do that, I mean, he'll have a big monster year. Another high or low risk, high reward player. Garrett, you got a lot of factors that could change. You're either going to be 6 where I put you, or you're going to be 2 or 1 or 3.
Goddamn.
Robert Griffin, I told you, injury prone. I feel like he's looked terrible in the preseason. It's going to look bad in the regular season. Steven Jackson, old, injured.
He got him super, super late in the draft.
And that's not bad, but I don't know. I'd rather take a guy with a lot of potential and upside than a guy that I don't know how. I'm not.
Like,
high
it
on
was just like
Steven
that.
Jackson.
Like, the running backs available to him at the time, Steven Jackson looked like the best potential.
Was that
I will
another-
argue in his favor
Right,
in that.
fair. Another guy that's
Please.
relying on a lot of age on that bench. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris Johnson's 28.
When you put them all together,
oh, it's a solid.
I'm saying there are old. He drafted an old team, but when he drafted it, those were the best players available.
I
I
understand.
think.
And Garrett, I think when coming out of the draft, I feel like you did excellent. You took a lot of value picks, which is great. I just don't know how this stacks up to the other rosters we have. Jamal Charles, I don't think he'll be the number 1 running back next season.
Okay.
Moving on.
But
Terrence
but
Williams. You guys talk about Terrence Williams because I don't even know who it is.
He's a Cowboys wide receiver. He's like
He
number
can't-
2 or 3, isn't he?
he's there. Well, he was their third, and he was lined up behind Dez and
Miles Austin, who
Miles
left.
Austin.
Left,
Yeah.
so he's number 2 now.
Yeah,
He's
so
number 2 receiver at Dallas.
And I expect high use from Dallas' offense, so that could be huge.
Yeah.
Well, I
He's a-
feel like
he's a
because
good.
I know
good
one of the
potential.
NFL. I feel like if Terrence Williams, I feel like there could be another Terrence Williams, like another no-name player comes in. Yeah, I don't know.
Terrence
I don't know
Williams.
anything
Terrence
about Terrence.
Williams.
I'm not even.
He had like the thing was he had like
Was there a guy that played for
Solid.
Louisville's basketball team named Terrence Williams a few years
I
ago?
feel like so.
I feel like that's
I
the
feel like
first person I think of when I hear Terrence Williams.
In your last roster spot, Riley Cooper. I'm
Solid.
high.
Philadelphia.
It's
Flip,
two offenses.
Flip, Philadelphia.
If you can take their third receiver, it's got to be Philly, and then it's got to be New Orleans. Like those are the two offenses you know are going to
I might take New Orleans above them because it's Drew Brees passing
It
like
is.
crazy.
And we've seen Sean Payne's offense produce year in and year out. Chip Kelly had one good year. We don't know yet, but it was a great.
I
fight.
still
Yeah.
trust in Chip
Yeah.
Kelly.
Great fucking-
He from what I've read on his about him.
Yeah.
He
No,
lives
he's-
football.
and-
He's a smart
and
guy
Chip-
who's
and-
going to be
and Chip Kelly. We trust.
in Chip we trust.
Okay, we got about a minute left, guys. What do you guys want to talk about?
I think we covered a lot for this team.
I think we went really into it.
Garrett,
Yeah, I said we.
I
might have some
wish you the
controversy.
best.
I do too, Gary. I hope Atlanta's awesome.
Except
Hope-
I don't think they will.
Hope you're
be.
puking on
And
somebody.
I
right
can't
now.
wait to beat you.
I agree. I can't wait to beat you. I'm not bowing to you. I
Time
show
out.
no
You
respect.
gotta change your fucking team name. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, Garrett.
Teammate.
Change
That's your
the
teammate.
name.
Teammate. God,
I can't
where's
take
the
it.
fun in this league?
All right, can I-
Team 8
We're
is
just, let me,
unreasonable.
can I propose a teammate is worse than the name? I think.
Yeah. Can you think of a good one for White real quick?
We'll look at his players. Let me pull up his roster again. You got to get a pun on a player.
G
I don't know. I
Jizzle.
feel like with the last name White, you can do a lot of shit.
No,
with
you
that.
could do a lot with that.
You
What
know
about
what I mean?
what about G
Hey, like
Jizzle?
Hill, I could do a lot of shit with Hill. But I just chose the Alabama Thunder pussy because it's a great name.
G Jizzle. I'm gonna keep saying it. That's all my response.
I'm out.
What, Raj the Cobb?
Raj the God.
He would find that funny. I don't.
Or
find that funny.
No,
Don't
Cobb.
make
No,
me
Cobb the Rod.
Oh, I
Not that funny, guys. Guys, we're going to move into the next one. It is
Preview it. Cheers to Garrett's good luck.
Hey,
Good
Garrett,
fortune
I
to
hope you have a
Garrett.
great year.
Good fortune.
Me too.
Except
I don't know if
against
you wish
us.
Patrick a good year. I hope you have a great year, Patrick. So.
Except against us.
Except against me.
No, us. We
Next-
don't want any of us.
Next one's the
against
Elisa
us
Coleman. Next one's the Elisa Coleman.
Which is?
Tyler Belasco.
Ooh.
Sko Daddy. I
Let's
like
go,
it.
Daddy Air.
I like his team. I'm not going to lie. I like it.
I haven't looked at it enough, though. I'm going to need to look at the actual roster.
I got some margaritas. I got some beer to drink. We're going to move on to the next segment. Peace out, White. I hope you're doing great in Atlanta right now. Go out here.